Hello, my name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. Today we don't have so much to report on, but we're still going to do what we can, and we'll get back to that in just 1 minute. So yeah, again, we don't have too much going on, but let's get to the numbers here. So worldwide, we're looking at 2,662,118 total confirmed cases. Of that, though, 740,000 people, 620 have gotten better. We have 41,022 in critical condition. 1,737,572 total active cases, and 183,770 total deceased so far from COVID-19 around the world. And how does that reflect on BC, you might be asking? Well, today we have 29 new cases, which is way down from yesterday. That brings our provincial total to 1,824. So in Vancouver, there's 755. Fraser Health, there's 760. On the island, there's 111. In Interior Health, there's 156, which is the first addition in the last few days. So since Monday, really, there hasn't been anything new until today, which is plus 3 people. In Northern Health, there is 42. There are now 4 additional deaths in British Columbia, bringing our total to 94. There's 103 people in the hospital, with 44 of those people in the ICU. Now, we've been talking about the poultry update. There is another poultry plant that has a new case. So a sister plant to the main one that had the 29 cases now has 1 case. But they are still saying that people, or the chicken itself, can't be infected. So keep that in mind if you're considering not buying chicken. Apparently the chicken should still be fine. Although they do suggest that you still wash your hands, because the chicken juices itself are not good if you eat those raw. 10 long-term care facility outbreaks are over, which is a good thing. But there are still there's still 1 new outbreak in a long-term care facility. Also, there are 2 outbreaks in hospitals down at the coast. 1 in Ridge Meadows, and 1 is the Lions Gate Hospital. So keep that in mind if you super glitchy today. I hopefully. Oh yes, you know why? Hang on 1 moment. Let's see if I have. Know if I have anything to. Sorry, just 1 sec. I can fix this. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep talking to you while I leave, because I know that you can still hear me because I'm wearing the microphone. The reason that I am glitchy today is I am attempting to upload a video that I wanted to show in this show, but it was taking too long as it was still uploading, and that is what's causing me to lag. I apologize for that. So right after, or tonight, I will post an interview I did with Nadine Davenport, a local artist and musician and councilwoman and entrepreneur. It's a pretty interesting interview. Hopefully that fixes the problem. Let me know, please. So that'll be up tonight. Also, what I wanted to have that I couldn't get ready to, or I couldn't figure out how to fix, is a little interview I did with Joan Henderson from the Equality Project. So that is actually up on our Facebook page now, as of 5 or so minutes ago. So go check that out. It's pretty short, it's about 5 minutes long. She has lots of good stuff to say about what's going on, why they were evacuated, and that sort of thing. So please, Jessica, let me know if I am still glitchy. So as I was saying, there are 2 outbreaks in hospitals in Vancouver. Good, better now, thank you. And moving on. So Home Hardware last weekend was closed on Saturday. I did ask them if they are officially closed on Saturdays, and they haven't gotten back to me, but they were closed last Saturday, so it's safe to assume that they're closed moving forward on Saturdays. And they also close at 4 in the afternoon. So if you were wanting to get stuff on during those times, you're probably out of luck. So make sure to get your stuff that you need from Home Hardware during the day from 9 until 4. Star House in Cache Creek is open again. I can get my Chinese food fix. Raven, also if you're watching, it is a good time to call. And my number is 778-694-4662. Star House is open again. They're open from Wednesday until Monday from 3 in the afternoon until 8:30. So if you have been wanting to get your Chinese food on, you can again. Now I know Sam's has Chinese food, but if you're in Cache Creek and you're looking for your good Chinese, check that place out. The Ashcroft Barn Dance has been canceled. Now I actually want to bring up the little thing about that. Where's my conversation with Jessica? There it is. So this was a big one. So this was put on by Interior Savings, and they had Corey Gallant. They had the Red Dirt Posse, which is in tune with Corey Gallant. And if you want to see an interview with Corey, we do have one on our YouTube channel. But it has been postponed. It does not say it's been canceled. It has been postponed until later. So unfortunately, that is something that is not going to be happening in the near future. We are expecting, what was the other one? The Calgary Stampede is canceled. They were really hoping to not be, but Bonnie Henry, it sounds like she is going to implore everything of mass gatherings to be canceled throughout the summer. I am assuming, although it hasn't been officially said yet, but I am assuming that this is going to mean graffiti days. This is going to mean the arts camp for raps is going to be postponed or taken off for this year. Everything that sort of wise at the hub, unfortunately, is probably going to be canceled, but we'll be waiting for official statements about that. I'm just assuming at this point. Now, there has been an outbreak declared at Hawthorne Park and Orchard Manor Community of Care in Kelowna. So an outbreak has been declared at Hawthorne Park and Orchard Manor Community of Care after a staff member was diagnosed with COVID-19. This is one member of the staff, not anybody of senior status there. The Interior Health and the Operation Verve Senior Living are taking steps to protect the health of everyone at Hawthorne Park. Residents and family is underway, and there are dedicated staff resources at the site responding to questions. So that doesn't necessarily pertain to us here, but I like to talk about all of the outbreaks happening in Interior Health. And since Kelowna is part of our area, they deserve to be talked about. That being said, David Dirksen did happen to be part of a meeting today, and he sent me an update as to what is happening in our area. So, COVID testing is available in Ashcroft. This is currently being handled by Public Health, and he will get the local contact number for me. Patients can contact this service through 811. There is a screening interview that will happen by phone or online. Then, if appropriate, an in-person appointment will be scheduled. Should there be patients in the catchment area that are experiencing COVID and their condition begins to decline, Interior Health is establishing local, closer than Kamloops, where these patients will be able to get additional care and support. So that's very interesting. So you're not going to be forced to be going to Kamloops if you have COVID. Interior Health MLA Virtual Town Hall is happening this evening, and I'll be watching that. Maybe what I'll do even is do some kind of a live broadcast while that is going on and take people's questions and stuff. So that starts at 7. I haven't talked to my wife about that yet, and she's the one that runs the show in my life. So, Amy, if you're watching, there's something happening tonight that I would like to do a thing about. There are challenges in long-term care homes in other areas of BC across Canada. Interior Health has developed a rapid response group that will support any of the long-term care facilities in the smaller communities. At this point, this is not a concern in our area. However, the extra support will be there to assure we quickly limit the spread in our facility and community. Interior Health, the Division of Family Practice, and our local doctors are working out the logistics to assure the clinic has sufficient PPE to allow for the in-clinic visits that are needed for patients who are seen in the clinic. The doctors would like to remind patients that they should be having appointments for their non-COVID health concerns and assuring that they will be keeping healthy. The virtual and phone appointments are working well. Our local doctors and pharmacy are supporting the patients and working together to assure that they have the medicines they need. And a reminder that the clinic has 2 doctors who are accepting new patients, and this is a good time to build the numbers of patients registered in the Ashcroft Family Medical Practice so that we are in a strong position to continue to work towards our primary care network once we are at the other side of this pandemic. So what that means is if you are not registered as a patient in our area, we are imploring you that you do so that we can prove that our numbers are sufficient enough to have a primary care network in the area. At least that is my understanding of it. Right now there are not enough, or there are not as many people as registered as live here, if that makes sense. So if you have not registered with one of our doctors, please do so, especially in a time where traveling is difficult. We have 2 new doctors in the area that are accepting patients. And thank you, David, for all of your updates. You've really been keeping us up to date on everything that's been going on. So, what else we got? I'm going to attempt to call Raven myself here. Cash Creek, Mission. I just got to find her number. Yeah, there it is. Come on, don't let me down. Nope.
Hi, you've reached 778-207.
Let's leave her a message.
I'm currently unavailable, but if you leave me a message with your name and number or shoot me a text message, I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.
To leave a callback number, press 5.
No. Hi, Raven. It's Gareth from the Hub Online Network calling. You said you were going to phone and you haven't phoned yet, so I decided to phone you and then you didn't answer. Anyway, phone us back. We are live right now. I'm probably looking very silly doing this, but anyway, give us a call at 778-694-4662. We look forward to your call. Thank you. Okay, so anyway, moving on. So that is our update from David. What else do we have? Well, we talked about that. We have the new hours from all the places. Okay, well, let's talk about the birthday thing. So the Hub Online Network is turning 1. So tomorrow at 4 o'clock, instead of doing this type of show, we're going to be doing another live show. But Jessica's going to be in the driver's seat. I'm going to be running the switcher board. We're going to have Vicky Trill online. We're going to have Dana online with us. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary of the Hub Online Network. Now, this is more from the point of how we got started, because our first official day was May 21st, which is my birthday. But this is a culmination of all of our videos so we're going to be having lots of montages of the videos that we've made over the last year. We're going to talk about how we got here, what we did, why we did it. We're going to hear from Jan Schmidt, who is a co-founder of the Hub Online Network. We're going to have some special videos from Vicky Trill. And overall, it's going to be a little bit of a bash on to celebrate us as a Hub Online Network and as a community, because you guys have been great. So please, 4 o'clock, set your timer, check in on that one. Please comment. I don't think we're going to be doing phone calls necessarily, but comment in. I'll be managing the chat, and we look forward to doing that tomorrow. Again, 4 o'clock. Celebrate our birthday with us. Maybe I'll even find a way to make some cake. Jessica, make some cake for this thing so we can eat some cake in front of all these people that can't be here to eat it with us. Anyway, so we have that going on, and we can actually do this right now. We're going to find out what the rest of our programming is going to look like moving forward, and we can talk about that once I bring it up here. Very sorry, I'm almost there. Come on, computer, don't fail me now.
Hi, Gareth. How you doing?
I'm not bad. About yourself?
Good. I hope you're still online. I'm sorry I missed your call there.
Oh, yeah, I'm still going. We're just
good.
talking about all the cool things that are coming up tomorrow. So.
Oh, perfect. I'm subscribed to your, I believe that's the right word, to the notifications from the Hub Online Network, and I got one a while ago that you would be going on late, so I was just in another call, but I'm glad I still caught you.
Well, I was trying to upload a video that I did with Nadine Davenport this morning, and then as I was trying to upload it, it said it was going to take half an hour, and I'm like, I can't wait half an hour, so I started the show.
Oh, good idea. That's happened to me. I know sometimes it's really hard to upload videos on Facebook, and other times they're up right away. It seems to be kind of glitchy. What's new in Ashcroft today? I've been seeing some flooding your way, so I hope all is well and that everyone is staying safe.
Well, the water still hasn't come up too high in Cache Creek. It is rising. It's supposed to hit its high point on Sunday for this flooding part of the season. Ashcroft is safe. They're nowhere near the river, although it did rain in Ashcroft today. But from what I saw this morning, the Cache Creek itself that was coming up has gone down a bit, and now we're just worried about the Bonaparte River at this moment.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of snow melt as well, so that when all that extra rain comes and we've got soil that was displaced with the fires, it's definitely makes for some challenging conditions.
Right.
I know that closer to Hunter Mile here, are you familiar with Pressy Lake?
I've been there once.
Okay, so in the kind of Green Lake vicinity, well, when Pressy Lake, back in the Elephant Hill wildfire, they were really affected there, and I know that their road washed out last night, so they're getting hit quite hard, which is really unfortunate. I know one couple commented that they had just got back to their home in Pressy Lake this year after all the fires and the damage that was done there, because there was a lot of destruction, and then now they're dealing with flooding. So I think that's something that Ashcroft can really relate to, with being hit by both of those kind of natural disaster events.
Right? A couple of years ago, 2017 was when we had the big floods and then the big fires. So
it was kind of a double whammy.
It was very interesting. And unfortunately, we lost our Cache Creek fire chief in those floods. But
that was a really hard time.
Yeah.
For sure.
But hopefully Pressy Lake can make it through their road washed out.
Yes, definitely. I haven't seen an update today, but I have seen a few other roads just in the South Caribou and up your way as well that have been closing or washed out. And I know that, I'm not sure if you reported while I was on the line on the other call, but there is a closure right now on Highway 97 at about 70 Mile House due to a vehicle incident.
I did not, so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, of course. So that's I believe the Free Press reported on that not long ago, and I know that it's close to Cunningham Road, I believe, which is near 70 Mile House, and it says that the highway's totally closed, so I think that, major vehicle incident closes Highway 97 near 70 Mile House. It was actually updated just about 10 minutes ago, so let me see if anything's changed since then. It says there's a detour available, and the detour is through 83 Mile.
Okay.
So that's not much of a detour at all. It's kind of just going the other way.
It would kind of suck to get stuck somewhere right now because you can't really go into any place to go to the bathroom or get food or anything these days.
That's true. I know around here, around our area anyway, a lot of places are still open. Like, for example, Tim Hortons has been open here all the time, and A&W is accepting walkthroughs through the drive-thru, so even though their seating is not open, you can actually just walk through. I know I tried that back in high school, and they said no dice, but times are different now.
Overall, I'm not 100% sure why you're not allowed to do that, because you're allowed to drive up to the window. It must be some kind of a safety thing, but it's something I'll have to look into.
I think maybe it is a safety thing, but they seem to have lifted that for the time being, and you're allowed to actually walk through now, which is, I actually need that because I have a broken driver's side window at the moment. So,
of course you do.
Of course I do. I'm one of those people who always has something wrong with their car, but it gets me where I need to go, so that's okay.
Oh, right on.
So what else is happening your way? What did I miss in the update?
Well, I just made it through the numbers. There was a barn dance that is no longer happening this summer.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that was a big one put on by Interior Savings. I read a update from our local, not health authority, but a gentleman that's involved with all the health stuff happening around here with Interior Health. So he gave us an update. And then we phoned you, so...
Oh, okay, perfect.
I phoned you online and left you a message.
Oh, awesome. Hopefully my answering machine wasn't too weird. I think I've made it more normal these days. Anyway, I did want to tell you a kind of fun story.
Yep.
Since we've had lots of challenges going on in our local communities and globally lately. A couple Clinton families did something really neat. I think it was last weekend. Are you familiar with Uncle Chris the Clown? He's sort of a local star.
I can't say that I am.
Okay, well, I've seen him many times since being a child. I've seen him at the Summer Festival here in the South Caribou, and recently he came to Clinton to perform for a few families social distancing style, and what they did was they actually brought their pickup trucks to Elliott Park, and they had everyone sort of just make a circle, 6 or 12 feet apart, it looks like, and the family sat in the back of their pickup trucks, and they were entertained by Uncle Chris the Clown.
Oh, wow, there you go.
Yeah, so that it wasn't a free event or an event for the whole community. It was a private family event where a couple families, I'm not quite sure how many, maybe 5 or so, got together to hire him. So that's something that I started following his page after I saw that on Facebook, and it looks like he's actually been doing a lot of small events at a social distance for many people in the area, from Kamloops to Cache Creek and all over the place.
Well, you know what they say, if you don't get with the times, you'll get left behind.
Right?
So.
He wrote on his status here that I think it's the law in Clinton that if you want to see Uncle Chris the Clown, you can only congregate together in pickup trucks.
Well, that's...
that was pretty cute.
Well, maybe using all that gas to drive trucks around will start getting the oil back up.
Oh, yes, maybe. It's sure cheap to fill up your car right now, that's for sure.
Right. Well, what's the gas up in 100 Mile?
The gas at 100 Mile is actually about 10 cents cheaper than in Clinton, and I noticed that started some debate. I haven't been out in a couple days, but when I did go out last, few days back, it was 89.9, and I believe Clinton was still at 99.
Yep, that's what it is here in Cache Creek as well.
99?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I noticed usually when I head to Williams Lake, head north, the prices dip a bit, but when I had to go to Williams Lake, that was the same day. It actually was 89. It wasn't cheaper than 100 Mile, so
apparently
that's where we're at up here.
Apparently in Merritt last weekend, it was 63 cents.
I saw that. A friend snapped me that, and I couldn't believe it. I've never seen it that low personally. I think once when I visited Alberta, gas prices were low, but geez, this is a first for me seeing them dip this low.
It's funny. I keep forgetting that you're so much younger than I am, and I'm only 33.
Yeah, you only have like almost 10 years on me, but it does make a difference, right?
When I was in high school, the gas was 50 cents a liter.
Oh my gosh.
But God, I feel
yeah,
so
I've never
old.
Seen that. No, you're not. Not at all.
Which is terrible because Jessica's like 5 years older than I am.
Who is Jessica?
Yeah.
Way to throw Jessica under the bus.
I'm sorry, Jessica. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Jessica, who's looking great.
Right?
Yeah, as always. I wanted to ask you if you did anything special for Earth Day.
I worked in the dark until I did my show. So I still had to use my computer. It was fine. I mean, I still had to use all my gadgets and stuff.
Bugging you, hasn't it?
Well, I just can't see out of it.
It seems like a bad idea to work in the dark with a harmed eye.
I should really just get an eye patch is what it is.
You should get an eye patch. I support that.
Oh, well.
I think that would be a good look for you.
As do I. I could get a peg leg and a hook for a hand and...
Oh my goodness, yeah, you could make it Halloween every day. I've been wondering how we're going to celebrate Halloween if things are still this way once we get to October. I know I heard the Calgary Stampede was canceled today, and lots of other events are slowly but surely getting canceled.
Well, maybe we'll have to hand out candy with a slingshot. Kids, come around and you just...
It's a dangerous activity, but also fun.
Depends on the kids.
True. Depends on the slingshot wielder as well. Earth Day was certainly, I did some gardening on Earth Day, and I'm excited that we've been getting some showers too, even though hopefully not too many. We don't need more flooding.
No, but it is nice to have a little bit of rain. It's been very dry over the last little while, so the more rain we get, the less fires we have. Which do you think is worse, the flood or the fires?
The flood or the fires?
Yeah.
You know what? I think in 2017, I think it's kind of hard to say what was worse, just because, especially for Cache Creek and Ashcroft, the community has lost, they lost a life and people lost homes, so it was kind of a combined hit. But the way that the wildfires really, really decimate so much territory in such a fast space of time is always a concern, whereas it seems like flooding is generally contained to kind of about a month, where we see it here. Right. And Elephant Hill, that wildfire was it burning into December still? Before they got it extinguished? It was wild. So I would say that it's hard to say what's worse, but I think that the coronavirus definitely has them both beat.
There you go. That's a very political answer. And
yeah, honestly, it's the truth, I feel.
Jessica says it's rude to speak of a woman's age.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. Getting at. But oh well.
So is there anything else happening in 100 Mile right now?
There is not a lot. It's kind of clouded over this afternoon. People are still going out at 7 p.m. to salute our first responders. And I've also heard that tomorrow there's going to be a little bit of a different salute. I'm not sure of all the details, but that's to do with remembering some of the lives lost in Nova Scotia.
Yep.
With the tragedy over the weekend. I know that RCMP have asked that Canadians wear red on Friday.
Yep.
And, I think they actually asked that we post selfies, because the hope from the government, of course, is that everybody is not out and about wearing red for everyone else to see, but maybe you'd be at home and take a picture of your red and post it as a way to just show your connectedness and support to that province, because what happened over there, obviously, on the weekend is just tragic, and we're still hearing about how tragic it is.
What was the final tally on that one? Do you know?
In terms of deaths, the latest report that I've heard is 22.
Okay.
But I think that obviously they keep repeating that the investigation is really complex and that there's 16 crime scenes at least. So I imagine that there could be more deaths you never really know at this point. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, that was a very sad event. It's amazing how all this stuff is sort of converging right now, between pandemics and floods and mass shootings and whatever. It's just crazy.
It is. I know it's. I think in the U.S., I read something that really stuck in my mind. In March was the first month in, I think, since 2002 or 2005 that the USA didn't have a mass shooting, and April is suddenly our largest mass shooting in our country's history, and it's a shock that it's such a normal thing over there, and it shouldn't be a normal thing anywhere. So I do hope that our government acts right away. I kind of look at what New Zealand did when they had a big shooting. Their government acted right away to change gun laws, and I think that would be nice to see from the Canadian government. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens from this.
Fair enough.
For sure. That's more politics.
Yeah, right?
So many politics these days.
Well, we'll have to do a politics talk one day.
Yeah, definitely. It's always leaching into everything, though. I did want to do another shout-out for Clinton. Clinton Budget Foods is Facebook official now. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah, you added me to the group, so I'm following them as well.
Yeah, that was never a thing before, and they seem to be bringing in a lot of new products to Clinton, which is really nice. They have seeds in their store and things that fresh made goods and stuff that you didn't see there under the previous ownership. So that's really great for the area.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if there's one more thing in Clinton. Have you picked up the Clinton Lariat ever?
When I used to work at Chasm Sawmill, I did. But I haven't since then.
I had no idea that you worked at Chasm Sawmill.
I did about 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so the Chasm Sawmill is another fun tangent, but what I was going to say is that the Clinton Lariat, so that's used to be an actual paper, and now it's called a newsletter. I still kind of consider it the Clinton paper, but the deadline for submission to the Clinton Lariat is actually this Friday, and they have a Facebook page too where you can submit to the editor. And the reason I'm mentioning it is just because typically May is a month where we have a paper in Clinton that's full of heritage event previews and write-ups and information about basically the most exciting month for the town of Clinton. And that's going to be so different this year, so it would be really great to maybe see some new ways to spice up the paper when it's going to be missing such a kind of vital part that we're used to seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anyone from the Clinton area, you don't have to be a Clinton resident to submit to that Lariat, but the editor, her name is Demian Petman, and she's looking for submissions due this Friday, and she wants to know how people are dealing with social distancing and maybe just some things about spring, too. We don't have to only talk about the pandemic.
Right? Yes.
Right?
We
I know it's topical, but
we've actually changed the title of our little videos here from COVID-19 update to just HON Update.
I like that. That's good.
Because, COVID's kind of the new normal right now, so we can start talking about other stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's also, signification definitely matters in times like this. I look back to when Canada was sort of reporting on what was going on in Italy and in Wuhan, but not really having any outbreaks at home yet. And when that changed, the COVID title was attached to everything. And you'll see it now on most breaking news stories, it's attached to everything. And it does kind of bring with it some fear and anxiety. So when we're talking about other stuff, it's nice to just say, this is everything, not just COVID. We're still living life. We're still doing other stuff too.
Oh, well, amen, sister.
Yeah, that was my little preach.
Oh, right on. So are you gonna tune in tomorrow for our birthday bash?
I am, yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
I will make sure that I am ready to watch at 4 p.m.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling in today.
Of course. Congratulations on the anniversary for the network. It's wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you in advance of tomorrow. And
yes.
Yeah, so have yourself a good night. Thank you again for phoning in. And
you too.
If you keep watching, I'm going to talk about next week's programming.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
do you have the poll results in?
I do.
Awesome. Well, I will stay tuned for that.
All right, right on.
All right. Well, stay safe, Gareth.
You too, Raven.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye. So that was Raven, of course, a local journalist from 100 Mile, and she works out of Clinton as well. And I am very sorry for throwing you under the bus, Jessica. I sometimes speak before I think. Anyway, what Jessica was talking, she made a comment here. So if you're eligible for the CERB, you're also eligible for a new one, for a new one-time benefit from the BC government. So in the comments of this video, if you're watching, check out what Jessica has put in. It talks about a British Columbia one-time payment of, I believe, $1,000 that will boost up the CERB for the month. So check that out. If you were eligible, go after that money. Now, talking about programming, we did a poll that started last week on Thursday, and it was to keep the show daily, Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. or go twice a week. That would be the beginning and the end, whatever that may be. So if there's a holiday on the Monday or Friday, we would push to the Tuesday or Thursday respectively, but the beginning and end of the week. So the results are in, and we are looking at a twice weekly show, Monday and Friday. So what that is going to mean is, so tomorrow we're live at 4 for a birthday bash. And then Monday, we're back live at 4. But Tuesday, we're going to do some other types of programming. So we won't be live at 4 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Jessica, did you... Please make me cake still, Jessica. She sent me a text, personal text, sorry. I didn't mean to. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will not be live. We will be making other videos that are going to go up on YouTube. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Let us know if you like doing the Facebook Live, or can we switch to a YouTube Live? Do people at home watch YouTube at all? I would personally prefer to start to do these types of videos through YouTube and then link them to Facebook. But you would have to be able to watch me live on YouTube instead. So let us know if you want to keep it on Facebook or YouTube. Maybe we can start another poll now, Jessica and or Amy, if you're watching, and we'll go from there. So thank you all for making your voice heard. Again, Monday, Friday with other programming the rest of the time. The other things that the Hub Online Network has going on is on the 4th of May, the Ashcroft Council is doing a town hall meeting, which means that people can have their say. But because of COVID-19, they're going to be doing it virtually. So what does that mean? It means that the Hub Online Network is going to bring their setup to... Oh, interesting. We're going to be bringing our setup to the Ashcroft Council office, and we're going to be setting up. And you can text or watch through the Hub Online Network, the town hall. You can have your say. You can send in your questions to me, and I will in turn pass them on to the Ashcroft Council. So that'll be happening May 4th. We're also looking at, because Desert Days has been canceled, we're also looking at doing a partnership with them to do some live music for Desert Days instead. So stay tuned for that. Jan Schmidt and I are working on a way to sort of suss that out and figure out how that will work. So those are some of the big things that the Hub Online Network has coming up. We are also looking at doing more interviews with artists and stuff. So again, Nadine Davenport has a video coming out today and tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at that kind of more fun stuff instead of just all doom and gloom. I will say that after I started doing this video series, everything is very negative, and I want to try to interject some more positive material into this stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much all that I have today. The comments that I have here is Raven says that she loves YouTube, and then Vicky Trill says that she's never used YouTube. So, well, we'll have to make up that poll and we'll see where we land. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I got to get back to some editing for tomorrow to make tomorrow as good as it can be. Check out the last couple of videos that Dana's doing. She's doing a daily book reading or storybook reading for children that she posts every day at 10. So the last one, I guess, will be tomorrow. Again, her contract is up after tomorrow, so she will not be with us past tomorrow. So get in your well wishes for Dana as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock at our birthday bash. Thank you all for watching. You guys are the best. And yeah, I got nothing else to say. So have yourself a good night. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.